मशवरा के इस 15वें एपिसोड में हम आप सभी का स्वागत करते हैं। कोरोना वायरस प्रकोप के दौरान मशवरा बौद्धिक और विकासात्मक दिव्यांगजनों के लिए एक लाइव परामर्श का माध्यम है। I welcome all our guests, all our audience, all our participants. And today we are going to talk about the legal guardianship and supported decision making. Guardianship of a person who, because of physical or mental deficiency, are unable to take care of himself or his property. If a court or under section 14th of the National Trust, 14 of National Trust Act, the local level committee finds that a person with disabilities who has been provided support is still unable to take legally binding decision, he or she may be provided with the support of a legal guardian, or who may take the decision on the behalf of person with disabilities. किसी ऐसे व्यक्ति की संरक्षकता की जरूरत तब होती है, तब प्रारंभ होती है जब वह व्यक्ति शारीरिक या मानसिक कमियों के वजह से अपनी खुद की या अपनी संपत्ति की देखभाल करने में असमर्थ है। किसी न्यायालय या राष्ट्रीय न्यास अधिनियम की धारा 14 के तहत स्थानीय स्तर की समिति यह निर्णय लेती है कि दिव्यांगजन को जो सहायता प्रदान की गई है वह कानूनी रूप से बाध्यकारी निर्णय लेने में असमर्थ है, तो उसे कानूनी अभिभावक के सहयोग से प्रदान किया जा सकता है, जो दिव्यांगजन की ओर से निर्णय ले सकते हैं। Supported decision making is a tool that allows person with disability to retain their decision making capacity by choosing supporters to help them to make choices. The supporters agree to help the person with disability understand, consider and communicate decision, giving a person with disability the tool to make her own informed decision. दिव्यांगजन के साथ मिलकर समर्थित या सहयोगपूर्ण निर्णय लेना एक महत्वपूर्ण सोच है। यह सोच दिव्यांगजन को उनकी पसंद बनाने में मदद करता है, समर्थकों को चुनने, उनकी निर्णय लेने की क्षमता बनाए रखने में अनुमति देता है। समर्थक दिव्यांगजन को समझने में, विचार करने में, उनसे संवाद करने में, उनको मदद करने में सहमत होता है, और एक दिव्यांगजन को अपनी सूचित निर्णय, इन्फॉर्म डिसीजन लेने के लिए यह सोच, जो सपोर्टेड डिसीजन मेकिंग का सोच है, वह सोच बहुत ही सहायता प्रदान करता है। मशवरा 15.0 is bringing you an opportunity to find a way forward for the legal guardianship and supported decision making for the person with intellectual and developmental disabilities. I would like to tell you that Mashwara has been viewed and reached to about 25,000 viewers. मैं हमारे सभी मेहमानों का, दर्शकों का स्वागत करता हूं, खैर मकदम करता हूं। आपने स्वागत है। बड़कम मशवरा 15 का यह अंक आपको बौद्धिक और विकासात्मक दिव्यांगजनों के कानूनी संरक्षकता और समर्थित निर्णय लेने के लिए एक माध्यम और सोच विकसित करने का अवसर प्रदान कर रहा है। मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि मशवरा लगभग 25,000 दर्शकों तक पहुंच पाया है आज तक। This Mashwara episode live consultation is through Zoom and Facebook Live for person with intellectual and developmental disability and their families, caregivers, professionals during this coronavirus outbreak. यह मशवरा परामर्श कोरोना वायरस प्रकोप के दौरान जूम पर, फेसबुक लाइव के माध्यम से बौद्धिक और विकासात्मक वाले दिव्यांगजनों, उनके परिवार, उनके देखभालकर्ता, पेशेवरों के लिए लाइव है। मशवरा की हर श्रृंखला आप सभी से है, आप सभी इसमें शामिल हुए, आप सभी इसमें सहयोग करें, आप हमसे जुड़े रहें। मशवरा सीरीज इज ऑल फॉर यू ऑल, प्लीज सर्कुलेट एंड ज्वाइन टुगेदर। वी आर डूइंग मशवरा since 30th April and this is our 15th episode. Once again, welcome and appreciate our special guest to join Mashwara Live. This episode is bringing you to a very important topic, how to talk about how to choose a legal guardianship, how to think about a supported decision making skill. Our experts are Mrs. Poonam Natarajan ma'am. Welcome you ma'am. Poonam Natarajan ma'am is former chairperson of National Trust and she is the founder of Vidyasagar in Chennai. And we have Mr. Umesh Kumar Sukla. He is a program director of National Trust. And welcome you, sir. and we have Smita. Smita, she is a consultant, trust-enabled decisions and support system, Vidyasagar. She is a consultant with Election Commission of India. She herself has a disability, but how she has cope up and how she has come up with all these challenges, she will talk about it. And we have Miss M. Urmul Khair. She is a professionally, she is a lawyer, and I know she is a wheelchair user. She has cerebral palsy, but she has done the law graduation. How she has done it, you can hear from her. She is a coordinator of Disability Legislation Unit and free legal aid for the people with disability. She is also working with the State Legal Authority. We welcome our guest, and today we have our very lovable mentoring president, Mr. Dr. Nimesh Desai. He is a director of IBHAS and president of Manovikas Charitable Society. We welcome you all. We have the sign language interpretation by Rakhi Ramola, and you all can go through there. मैं पुनः आप सभी का एक बार हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं मशवरा लाइव में शामिल होने के लिए। आपका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। आज यह मशवरा जो है बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण विषय लेकर आया है कि बौद्धिक और विकासात्मक दिव्यांगजन के लिए कानूनी संरक्षितता और समर्थित निर्णय लेने के लिए एक हम कैसे सोच विकसित कर सकते हैं। यह मशवरा जरूर एक अवसर प्रदान करेगा हमें हमारे सोच को विकसित करने के लिए। मैं पुनः स्वागत करता हूं इस एपिसोड के विशेषज्ञ का, मैडम पूनम नटराजन मैम, वेलकम यू। उमेश कुमार शुक्ला सर, वी वेलकम यू। सुश्री स्मिता सदाशिवन, वी वेलकम यू। एंड सुश्री उमुल कैर, वी कैन वेलकम यू, वी आर वेलकमिंग यू। सो इस सत्र की अध्यक्षता डॉक्टर निमेश जी देसाई कर रहे हैं। आई विल रिक्वेस्ट डॉक्टर देसाई सर, प्लीज गिव योर वेलकम एड्रेस।
थैंक यू आलोक।
यस सर।
आई थिंक ये बहुत हर्ष की और उल्लास की बात है कि मशवरा के जरिए आप और आपकी टीम 25,000 दर्शकों तक पहुंच पाई है। आई थिंक इट्स वेरी हार्ट वार्मिंग दैट यू हैव रीच्ड 25,000 पीपल। अब 15वां एपिसोड है। मैं कुछ एपिसोड में साथ रहा हूँ, हमेशा सीखता हूँ, आज भी सीखूंगा। आज खासकर ये जो सपोर्टेड डिसीजन मेकिंग वाला कॉन्सेप्ट है वो हम मेडिकल डॉक्टरों को मुश्किल से समझ आता है, और मैं भी पिछले 15-20 साल में पूनम जी जैसे दोस्तों के जरिए और बाकी दोस्तों के साथ सीखा हूँ। तो आज not only for me to welcome Dr. Poonam Shukla ji, Mr. Urmul Khair and Smita as the panelists, and I have taken the liberty of requesting Mr. KVS Rao, Director in the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disability, Government of India, to join us by about 3:30. He happened to be in my office for some other work that we were doing, and so I have requested Mr. KVS Rao to join us by about 3:30. Hopefully, we'll also have his inputs from the perspective of the policy and the national implementation plan. But I don't think we could have had a better panel than what I see. Poonam ji and Umesh Kumar Shukla ji, pakka, the other two colleagues, I am sure, will bear true. So we will request Alok Poonam ji to start.
और पूनम मैम has already told me to Shukla ji to start. Okay.
चलो ठीक है जी, शुक्ला सर, बहुत बढ़िया।
Mr. Umesh Kumar Shukla, he is the program director of National Trust.
With the permission of Madam Poonam Natarajan ji, I really, first of all, ma'am, welcome and see you. It's very happy thing for me to again participate in any seminar or any function after a long time. So this is really very happiness for me that we are together. And whatever the things we learned today, I sent the message to Atul Prasad ji also. And he was very happy, and he said regards to you, and just told me that we should do such type of things everywhere. For your knowledge, ma'am, I am just telling you that every state nowadays, I am also doing webinar meeting for all the registered organization of the state in this lockdown period. And of course, our topic, you know, schemes of the National Trust, and one of the core objectives, that is the legal guardianship. Here, मैम जस्ट व्हाट आई लर्न सपोर्टेड डिसीजन फ्रॉम यू, तो डॉक्टर देसाई तो हम लोग से कभी ना तब सहमत थे ना आज सहमत होंगे। राइट टू कमिट मिस्टेक ये मानेंगे नहीं, आप सिखा के आई हम लोगों को एक्टिविस्ट की तरह कि राइट टू कमिट मिस्टेक जब जनरल को है तो पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी को क्यों नहीं है। तो एनीवे, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट मी क्लियर यू सर, what is guardianship actually? Guardianship was a very old thing, and it is from the British law. First time this word was used under the Indian Contract Act 1872. So minor and major, and who is the minor to act anything on behalf of minor under the Contract Act, there was a provision of guardian, and this guardianship is going on. But today we are talking about, because I have received so many questions, so first of all I am talking about the intellectual disability, especially National Trust disability. And till the RPWD Act 2016, National Trust Act was the only act in India which provides the guardianship provision by the administrative body, bureaucratic body, let me tell you, other than judicial system. To the by making the 3-member local committee headed by one district collector, equivalent to district collector, one registered organization of the National Trust, and one PWD member. So no law found in India before RPWD Act 2016 that which provides the legal guardianship for the adult other than judiciary. So this is the this law I found a miracle law. And I told my chairperson, the then chairperson Poonam Natarajan ji and joint secretary, really, it's a great thing. And of course, this is applicable only for 4 disabilities. And even under the National Trust Act, because in so many questions it has been asked, the guardianship is not mandatory for person with disability. It is the desirable thing. If somebody wants, then only you can take. For example, I am giving you the, if you want to fight your case in the court, you are allowed to fight your case in the court. But if you want any assistance, any something, then you can appoint an advocate or somebody else. You give the power of attorney, sign the wakalatnama, all these things. As far as intellectual disability is concerned, you know, all of us, because Dr. Saab ma'am is here and all the audience, that actually the physical age of the person and intellectual age of the person, it has got a lot of difference. A man of 40 years may be having a mental age of 5 years or 7 years. So, for our National Trust disability only, let me again clear you. There are so many disabilities, but as far as in the National Trust Act, MR word is still being used because the Act has yet not been amended. The word intellectual disability now we are using. So, here also, it is not required for everybody, but the administrative authority to understand, like cerebral palsy, sir. Cerebral palsy person, although they have got locomotor this thing, but their mind is very good. They can understand, they can do everything. So what is the need if they don't want to take the guardianship? It is not make mandate that you should take the guardianship. But in banks, in administrative authority, even post office or whosoever be, those who are sitting on the decisive stage, even university admissions, etc., people has just blocked their mind. And once the name is coming, mental retardation, cerebral palsy, multiple disability, autism, they always think, no, you have to take the guardianship certificate, then only the facility will be provided. So first, this blockade of mind of the government sector also, as well as the person with disability, those who are the mentors, those who are saying, because I have seen so many people in webinars and national institute are saying that please take the guardianship. I am clearing you one question I have received, Alok.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Saying that in bank, they only lunatic are, in case of lunatic, the guardianship is permitted, otherwise not. I am clearing you, actually, you can see the website of the National Trust much before, even when the chairperson, Madam Poonam Natarajan ji was there. In her time, we have uploaded the RBI circular guidelines, where it is clearly mentioned for autism, cerebral palsy, mental retardation, you have to open the joint account and nothing like that. Lunatic word is specifically, we have approached the Reserve Bank of India through our then chairperson Madam Poonam Natarajan ji. She is very much here. And that circular and order was issued. It is still uploaded in the website, and now bank is accepting this all. I don't know why this question asked. There must be lacking of knowledge. As far as second thing, let me clear you. Guardianship. Now the new thing we have made, because up to ma'am, we have think that there are three persons. One is the district collector, sir. The other is the registered organization, and third one is the person with disability defined under the PWD Act 1995. On that time, actually, we don't restrict that only 4 kind of disability person will be allowed to participate as a person with disability. Any kind of disability, the only thing is that local level committee be sensitized, compiled with all kind of person, and we suggested for disposal of the legal guardianship cases, you choose one CMO, chief medical officer, or lawyer, or any expert, the local level committee, because DM is number 1 officer in the district. He can call anybody in his district to assist him. So legal guardianship for under the National Trust Act is a unique phenomena which has been now taken care in the new RPWD Act also for appointing the limited guardianship what has been used. Limited guardianship here in the National Trust Act, actually person, property, or both, or any other thing. Some sort of absolute guardianship is being given. Limited guardianship and supported decision, because supported decision, when Madam Poonam Natarajan ji was here and UNO or all those things were going on, so she explained us, or Dr. Desai has also sometimes joined, that supported means if I am a person like me, I am lawyer, but I am not expert of medical, I am not expert of finance. So if I am taking support to invest my money, a chartered accountant, or to consult any doctor, this is why not this facility be available to the person with disability also, like cerebral palsy person. Only her other things, hands and all these things are not so easy to other than the not weak people. But their brain is going well. If they adopted devices, they can do everything. Like Umul, I know Umul is she is defending in the local level committee also. She is doing everything. Not only Umul, there are so many persons. My 2 board members, they were coming all alone from West Bengal or Ahmedabad. Mr. Shekhawat, as well as Madam, if you remember, Jija Ghosh, they were all coming. The only thing is, we underestimate the capacity of the person with disability, and we just make them pressure. No, you can't do. We are giving the support, everything. So let me clear you one thing. Guardianship is not mandatory. Let me tell you. It is, let the decision be given to the family as well as person with disability. If they desire, then only it should be given. And Dr. Desai has asked very good question. Local level committee सर बना है कि नहीं? सर, हमने इस चीज को शुरू से ही बहुत एड्रेस किया, और लास्ट 4-5 years में जब मैडम भी थी उस समय, we were facing that district collector is such a busy person and he was not responding to our registered organization or PWD members, and they were visiting the office, to the district collector office, and no meeting time, this, that. So when all the programs and schemes of the National Trust were revamped and relaunched in the year 2016, the then Chief Executive Officer, Mr. C.K. Khaitan, now he is the Digital Chief Secretary in Jharkhand, he asked me 2 things. Mr. Shukla, you clear me what is the legal guardianship certificate में alternate guardian का कहीं reason नहीं, तो आप इसको जो जैसा है please put it as it is. और दूसरा ये हमने किया जो उन्होंने आपस में डिस्कस करके कि हमारा एनजीओ, our registered organization and person with disability should not be responsible, because they are always going to the district collector office, they are not responding. So we make the online system in such a manner that responsibility of disposal of the guardianship application will lie on the shoulders of the district collector. And out of 700 some plus district, we know that 400 district, ma'am, is still, Desai sir, I want to draw your kind attention, 400 district is still, we won't have any registered organization. In India, more than police personnel, NGOs are there. But in my sector, for our disability sector, very little NGOs are there. ये फाइट तब जबकि मैंने ओपन रजिस्ट्रेशन कर रखा है, मैडम के भी समय भी हम जल्दी किसी को रिफ्यूजल करते नहीं, प्रोवाइडेड दे मेक द फुलफिल द अवर टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन ऑफ द रजिस्ट्रेशन गाइडलाइन, एंड दीज गाइडलाइंस वी हैव पुट इट ऑन द वेबसाइट सर। ऐसा नहीं कि एक बार में जैसे गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस का होता है कि एक पेपर बताया, 2 पेपर बताया, everything is in advance available in the website and everything is in online. You apply online, you get the response online, and we do the registration online. और मैडम हमारी चेयरपर्सन है, वो तस्दीक करेंगी, 15 दिन के अंदर we have रजिस्ट्रेशन करके थ्रू चेयरपर्सन हमने सर्टिफिकेट घर बाई स्पीड पोस्ट भिजवा भी थी। तो दिस थिंग, सच अ सिस्टम वी हैव डेवलप्ड हियर। आज की डेट में हमने सिस्टम को इस तरह बना दिया कि कलेक्टर के डैशबोर्ड पर सीधी एप्लीकेशन जाएगी। एक क्वेश्चन इसमें ये भी है, निरामिया में क्यों नहीं आप दे देते सबको, पेरेंट्स को ऑनलाइन वही भर लें, और लीगल गार्जियनशिप को कहते हैं कि कोई बोर्ड बना दीजिए। तो ऑफिस ऑफ द डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर इज द नोडल सेंटर एवरीवेयर, एंड वी मेक द one complete application in the National Trust website. Sir, we filled the application, make it here that if a person sitting alone, direct application, there is no NGO facilitation or something. If you are going, our NGO will of course facilitate you. That PWD member is supposed to facilitate you. Government office is supposed to facilitate you. But if I am answering such type of parents or persons, those who are saying, no, if I am capable, I can do, please do it yourself. Fill up form we have uploaded in the website of the National Trust. Please prepare your all the papers, collect it in a one place, and if you start within 25 minutes, 15 to 25 minutes, you complete your form, because few things which has to be scanned and uploaded in the system. So if the net facility, everything is going on, you can do it. So this is the thing of guardianship, and it is desirable, not mandatory. और गार्जियनशिप का प्राविधान का लाभ ये है, मैं आपको बता दूं, जो लोग इंटेलेक्चुअल डिसेबिलिटी से हैं, जिनको वास्तव में दिक्कत है जाने में, आने में और सबके, और ऐसे लोगों के लिए गार्जियनशिप बहुत ही रामबाण है, क्योंकि उनके सारे डिसीजन को केयर करने के लिए एक पर्सन चाहिए ऐसे केसेस में। और मुझे तो बहुत सारे रिप्रेजेंटेशन अभी मिले जब नेशनल ट्रस्ट एक्ट अमेंडमेंट के लिए, कि सर नेशनल ट्रस्ट एक्ट की जो डिसेबिलिटी है उसमें तो आप एब्सोल्यूट गार्जियन जो है वही रखिए, वो लिमिटेड गार्जियनशिप वाला मत लाइए। मतलब अपडेट में एक चीज और क्लियर कर दूं मैं, जब तक एंटी एक्ट अमेंड नहीं हो जाता, रिपील नहीं हो जाता, तब तक इसके प्रोविजन इफेक्टिव हैं, और इसका लाभ इन 4 डिसेबिलिटी के लोगों को दिया जाता है, दिया जाना चाहिए। क्योंकि ये कर्सरी मेथड है, शॉर्ट मेथड है, तो अदर डिसेबिलिटी के लोग, वो लोग इसमें घुसना चाहते हैं और इसके तहत लाभ लेना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि जुडिशरी वाला प्रोसेस बड़ा लंबा, उसमें बहुत लंबी डेट्स हैं। That's why people are fighting कि नेशनल ट्रस्ट की तरह ही हमको सबको कर दिया जाए, और RPWD एक्ट में इसको करने का प्राविधान भी किया है बहुत से उसमें, लेकिन अभी कितना वो फंक्शनल आई कांट से। लेट मिस्टर राव शुड कम एंड ही विल एक्सप्लेन कि वो कितना। और अच्छा होगा राव साहब आ जाएंगे तो एक क्वेश्चन का देसाई साहब हम उनसे भी आंसर देंगे, क्योंकि मेरे पास
ऑलरेडी।
वेलकम राव साहब। एक क्वेश्चन का आंसर मुझे भी चाहिए सर। सब लोग रोज पूछ रहे हैं कि जम्मू एंड कश्मीर का, मैंने कहा साहब हमारे राव साहब बताएंगे, पांडा जी, क्योंकि उन्होंने रिप्रेजेंटेशन भेज रखा है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स में, एंड एटलीस्ट 30-40 है नेशनल ट्रस्ट का तो भेज ही रखा है। जब वो होल ऑफ इंडिया हो जाएगा वी विल डू। तो एक सर इसमें भी आपका थैंक यू, वेलकम सर, इट्स वेरी नाइस टू सी यू।
वेलकम राहुल सर।
आंसर पब्लिकली लोगों को मिल जाएगा। It will be next.
We have got the bonus today.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome you.
Now at present everywhere sir local level committee is there. Desai sahab, Rao sahab, madam, everywhere it is there. And I have already opined that even 1/3 quorum is permissible. You dispose of all the pending application with the help of, you see, expert. Expert is medical professional. Expert is अगर कोई प्रॉपर्टी का डिस्प्यूट है लॉयर, और कोई अगर किसी स्पेसिफिक एक्सपर्ट की जरूरत है मान लीजिए, तो आप उसको बुला सकते हैं एज ए स्पेशल केस फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर मीटिंग। एक क्वेश्चन और था आलोक, मैं इसी में दे देता हूं सर। फॉर्म सी एंड डी। फॉर्म सी वो होता है जिसे कि जब गार्जियन अपॉइंट किया जाता है, व्हेन अ पर्सन इज बीइंग अपॉइंटेड एज अ गार्जियन, देन ही शुड बी अलाउड विद इन 6 मंथ टू सबमिट द प्रॉपर्टी डिटेल। और डी वो होता है जो हर फाइनेंशियल ईयर में देना होता है। यहाँ एक चीज और क्लियर कर दूं, बाय डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ ओनली प्रॉपर्टी डिटेल, लोकल लेवल कमेटी उस प्रॉपर्टी की ना ओनर हो जाएगी ना आप मॉर्गेज कर रहे हैं, यू आर जस्ट इन्फॉर्मिंग। तो आप ये कहिए कि लोकल, ये जरूर है, इफ यू इन्फॉर्म टू द लोकल लेवल कमेटी एंड समथिंग इज हैपनिंग, देन यू कैन अप्रोच द लोकल लेवल कमेटी फॉर प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ दैट प्रॉपर्टी। इफ समबडी एल्स, और सारी जो घटनाएं होती हैं परिवार में ही होती है, महाभारत भी फैमिली में भाइयों के ही बीच में हुआ था। यू नेवर नो आपके बाद में कौन आपके घर में ही या कौन उसको होगा। तो एक थर्ड पार्टी प्रोटेक्शन, एक थर्ड पार्टी प्रोटेक्शन लोकल लेवल कमेटी में इंफॉर्मेशन देने से, मॉर्गेज तो आप कर नहीं रहे वहां, तो वहां पर इंफॉर्मेशन दे के अगर आप चाहें रिक्वेस्ट करके, तो उस प्रॉपर्टी के लिए कंसर्न जहां पर प्रॉपर्टी हो डीएम या तहसीलदार को आप एक रिक्वेशन कर सकते हैं कि ये डिस्पोजल तभी हो जब कि उनकी तरफ से इस पे नो ऑब्जेक्शन मिल जाए। और अब तो कई स्टेट में, केरला में और कई जगह ये हो गया है कि वो एक अंडरटेकिंग लेने लगे हैं सब रजिस्ट्रार ऑफिस में कि इसमें किसी पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी का कोई शेयर तो नहीं है, और अगर शेयर है तो व्हाट यू डिड। तो सच काइंड ऑफ प्रोटेक्शन विल बी गिवन इन एवरी स्टेट, देन इट कैन बी हैपन। तो आई थिंक ऑल। और एक मैडम ने क्वेश्चन किया तो वो नोएडा में रहती हैं कि लोकल लेवल कमेटी क्या है। तो मैडम नोएडा में डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर है, मैंने डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर को कई बार लिखा, माता भगवती चड्डा, वो एलएलसी एनजीओ, और नोएडा में मैं भी रहता हूँ। मेरा मोबाइल नंबर आप ले लीजिएगा, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग मेंटेन करके मैं कभी भी आपको इसमें मदद जरूर करूँ।
ग्रेट
नाइस शुक्ला जी,
ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रेट।
और अच्छे भाई, आप महाभारत भी ले आए बीच में।
बस अब मुझे कुछ नहीं कहना।
जैसे मैंने शुरू में कहा था, हम सौभाग्यशाली हैं कि
कैन यू सर पुट योर कैमरा लिटिल
भारत सरकार का जो दिव्यांग जन का विभाग है, डिपार्टमेंट, उसमें जो डायरेक्टर हैं मिस्टर KVS Rao, he happens to be with us. He was with us in Nivas for some other work, and I requested him to join us with Dr. Poonam's and Alok's consent. So Mr. KVS Rao is here, जैसे शुक्ला जी ने कहा। पूनम जी प्लीज।
एक्चुअली राव साहब से मेरा कुछ कनेक्शन है। जब तिरुपति का प्रसाद होता है मैं राव साहब के पास हमेशा पहुंचता हूँ, और मेरा मन है जब भी रियली, तो वी हैव गॉट सर्टेन कनेक्शन। आई थिंक राव साहब विल एक्नॉलेज दिस।
Yes, ma'am. Poonam ma'am is here, and we know she is the person who knows about कि क्या क्या हो सकता है, कैसे कैसे कौन कौन से options हो सकते हैं. So, ma'am, we would like to know who can be the guardian, who can be the supporter. कौन संरक्षक बन सकता है, कौन समर्थक बन सकता है for our person with disability. Yeah, please, ma'am.
Oh God, I will
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Coming. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Nimesh. Good afternoon, Dr. Rao, and everybody else in the participation. Mr. Shukla, बहुत धन्यवाद आपने एक्सप्लेन करा लीगल गार्डियनशिप के बारे में। तो ये सेशन है लीगल गार्डियनशिप और सपोर्टेड डिसीजन मेकिंग का। तो लीगल गार्डियनशिप के बारे में तो आपको मिस्टर शुक्ला ने बता दिया है। आई थिंक ही टोल्ड यू अबाउट इट and about the provision under the National Trust Act, and he's constantly saying it's not mandatory. It is not mandatory. It depends on the family whether they want it or not. But I think it's a little bit like the Aadhaar card. To have a bank account, to get your pension, you have to have the legal guardianship. So there is a problem there. There's a constantly, is it mandatory? Is it not mandatory? Is a constant question we are asked. और in the आखिर में जाना ही पड़ता है लीगल गार्डियनशिप के लिए। अगर आप बैंक अकाउंट शुरू करना चाहते हैं इन 4 डिसेबिलिटीज में, या आपको पेंशन चाहिए होए, जो स्टेट पेंशन मिलती है डिसेबिलिटी की, उसके लिए भी आजकल लीगल गार्डियनशिप का कार्ड मांग रहे हैं, एटलीस्ट तमिलनाडु स्टेट में। तो दैट इज अ प्रॉब्लम, एंड आई थिंक ये याद हमको we'll have to have a view on legal guardianship, because इट इज गेटिंग रिजॉल्व. इसका डिबेट होना है, डिबेट हुआ है, हो रहा है, एंड वी नीड टू टॉक अ लिटिल मोर टू फाइंड आउट व्हाट टू डू एंड व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस कि सपोर्टिव डिसीजन मेकिंग क्या है और लीगल गार्डियनशिप क्या है. ये दोनों दो अलग चीजें हैं. दे टू सपोर्टिव डिसीजन मेकिंग जब हम बात करते हैं, ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, ये कॉन्सेप्ट है, इट्स अ बिलीफ कि एवरी पर्सन हैज अ राइट टू सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन. मतलब दे हैव अ राइट कि हम अपनी जिंदगी के कुछ डिसीजंस अपने आप बनाएं, हमारे कुछ ऑटोनॉमी हो. डिसेबल लोगों की एक बहुत बड़ी शिकायत होती है कि या तो उनके माँ बाप या उनके पेरेंट्स उनकी डिसीजन, हर चीज में डिसीजन बनाते हैं. तो डिसेबल पीपल, whatever label you want to give them, have a right कि हम अपनी जिंदगी कैसे जिएं, क्या हमारे अच्छा लगता है, क्या नहीं अच्छा लगता. What is it that I want from my life? What is my dream? What is my aspiration? उसके लिए what is the good things of life with which my quality of my life can be better. और इसके लिए सपोर्टेड डिसीजन मेकिंग का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, ये एक्चुअली जिंदगी का कॉन्सेप्ट है. हम लोग सब नॉन डिसेबल लोग सपोर्टेड डिसीजन मेकिंग करते हैं. सारी जिंदगी हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जैसे हम बड़े होते हैं, हमारे दोस्त बनते हैं, फ्रेंड्स बनते हैं, कजन्स होते हैं, भाई बहन होते हैं, वो आस्ते आस्ते एक हमारा सपोर्ट सर्कल बन जाता है. इसीलिए हम लोगों ने चेन्नई में हम एक इंडिपेंडेंट लिविंग पर प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं जिसका नाम वी हैव कॉल्ड इट ब्लिस. उसका नाम हमने रखा है ब्लिस. बिगिन टू लिव इंटरडिपेंडेंटली विद सपोर्ट सिस्टम. क्योंकि आई थिंक जो हमारे बहुत कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है, ये इंडिपेंडेंस क्या होता है. डू आई नीड अ लीगल गार्डियन और एम आई इंडिपेंडेंट पर्सन? दैट इज द बिग डिस्कशन. तो लोग सोचते नहीं ये तो इंटेलेक्चुअल डिसेबिलिटी है, कुछ नहीं कर सकते, ये कैसे इंडिपेंडेंट हो सकते हैं. तो सबसे पहले मैं तो ये बोलना चाहूंगी कि वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि जो इंडिपेंडेंस का कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है. व्हाट इज इंडिपेंडेंस? इफ आई से आई एम इंडिपेंडेंट, आई एक्चुअली मीन आई एम इंटरडिपेंडेंट, मीन्स आई नीड लॉट ऑफ पीपल टू लिव. बहुत लोगों की उनकी सहायता चाहिए मुझे, बहुत लोगों का सपोर्ट चाहिए कोई डिसीजन बनाने के लिए, कुछ भी सोचने के लिए. अगर मैं हॉस्पिटल भी जाना चाहती हूँ, मैं एक फ्रेंड से या बहन से या किसी से बात करूंगी और उसको लेके जाऊंगी. या अगर पर मैं कहीं ट्रैवल करना चाहती हूँ, फिर कोई और फ्रेंड जो ट्रैवल करना चाहती है उसके साथ बात कर लूंगी. या अगर मेरे पास पैसा है, कैसे उसको मैं इन्वेस्ट करूँ, क्या करूँ, तो मैं या तो अपने बैंक मैनेजर से बात करूंगी या कोई फ्रेंड से बात करूंगी. तो दिस इज ऑल कॉल्ड सपोर्ट सर्कल. तो हम सब का सपोर्ट सर्कल होता है. पर अनफॉर्चुनेटली जैसे हमारे डिसेबल बच्चों को हम बड़ा करते हैं, वी डोंट अलाउ देम टू हैव अ सपोर्ट सर्कल. दे मेक ऑल द डिसीजंस. दे डोंट नो हाउ टू डेवलप अ रिलेशनशिप. They don't know how to make friends. तो उनका सपोर्ट सर्कल कभी बनता ही नहीं है. तो लीगल गार्डियन चाहिए फिर. That is the basic problem.
मैडम एक आपका पेज था जो जनरल आप बोलती थी कि राइट टू कमिट द मिस्टेक लाइक जनरल पीपल. So we should allow them. ये उनका अधिकार कि वो भी कोई भी हम कुछ गलत करके इन्वेस्टमेंट में लॉस हो जाता है तो हम अपने को दोष जो भी करते हैं, let them allow also to commit mistake. That was your perfect.
No, that is yes, of course.
Right to commit mistake.
जिंदगी में हम सब जब डिसीजन बनाते हैं, ठीक हो या खराब हो, उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हम लेते हैं. इन द सेम वे हम लोग बोलते नहीं, डिसेबल बच्चे गलत डिसीजन बना लेते. So they must, the parent must, मुझे मालूम है उसके लिए अच्छा क्या है. पर उससे जब हम बात करते हैं, what will happen to my child when I'm more, और लीगल गार्डियन मिलता ही नहीं है. सब जगह नेशनल ट्रस्ट में लीगल गार्डियन तो पेरेंट को बना रहे हैं. तो ये जब ये पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी के पेरेंट्स के बाद कौन उसको सपोर्ट करेगा, सहायता करेगा, वो लीगल गार्डियन का अभी हम लोगों ने इश्यू रिजॉल्व नहीं करा है. We need to think it through. हम लोग चेन्नई में सपोर्टेड डिसीजन मेकिंग पर थोड़ा सा काम कर रहे हैं, जो सीता और मूल आपको बताएंगे उसके बारे में, हाउ वी आर ट्राइंग, क्योंकि हमने देखा है कि मोस्ट पीपल विद डिसेबिलिटीज, अगर उनसे पूछो हु आर योर सपोर्टर्स, दे विल आइदर नेम देयर टीचर और देयर पेरेंट्स. They never been able to make friends. The biggest oppression for disabled people is lack of relationships, lack of making friends. और ये कैसे हम करें? लोग अब कैसे अपना एक फ्रेंड सर्कल या सपोर्ट सर्कल बनाएं? This support circle should be of the age group of the person. माँ बाप मामा मामी चाचा चाची नहीं बन सकते सपोर्ट सर्कल में. It has to be brothers, sisters, cousins, neighbors of the same age. Because when you're older, the people who will support you is your own generation. So when we try and think of a support circle for supported decision making, all of us take help to make decisions. But people with disabilities haven't learned how to take that help. So that is why we are trying this subscription model, which I want Smita and Umul थोड़ा आपको बताए, फिर हम उसके बाद इस पे ज़्यादा डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. So I'm over to Smita.
Yeah.
Where is Smita?
Smita, yeah.
Good afternoon. Yeah. Am I
Yeah.
audible?
Yeah, you are audible and yeah, we can see you.
So good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
At Vidyasagar, we have tried, to develop support circles and support networks for persons with disabilities, and especially people with intellectual disabilities or adults with autism and other developmental disabilities. And what we have done is we have actually evolved a project called TEDS, which is Trust Enabled Decisions and Support Systems. So basically, what we have done in TEDS is that we have segregated the basic needs of persons with disabilities into 11 life domains. One is aerial activities in daily living and hygiene, and second is health and nutrition. Third is communication, along with usage of any AAC devices. Fourth is personal mobility, including usage of any mobility aid. And fifth is transport. Sixth is work. Then seventh is leisure. Eighth is socialization and recreation, where we involve other groups or we get involved in mainstream society. And the ninth one is financial management, how to manage our finances when I have difficulty in the logics of numbering and the value of the money and all that. And then 10th is problem solving. It can be simple problem solving, like if any issue comes up with a caregiver or with friends or at work, how do we do that? And the final one is safety, which is corresponding to all the above life domains. So we have segregated all these 11 life domains, and we have evolved a questionnaire based on these life domains and asked the persons with disabilities as well as their families to do a self-analysis of all these life domains through the questionnaire. Basically, in 4 parts, we have asked them to identify the specific support requirements for in their life and the extent of support required. For example, each of the full support of a life domain or in different aspects of life domain. For example, a person may require support, may require full support in all the ADLs, or may require full support in one of the ADLs, whereas partial support in one of the ADLs. For example, like take example, eating. Some people may require full support in eating, whereas some may, if we just mix the food and give it to them, and they will be able to manage to eat with an accessible plate and an accessible spoon. So like this, we are asking them to segregate all the support required and the extent of support required, And the third part is what is the current support management? What is the support provided right now for the person with disability, and how is it being managed or administered right now? And fourth and important point is aspect is the future plan that they have for themselves, persons with disabilities, or if it is the family, what is the plan for their adults with disabilities, and anything, whether they have thought about anything in the future, or at least a short term plan they have, things like that we have asked in the questionnaire. And so this helps them to do a self analysis, and then we invite them for an one-on-one session with the expert committee. When they come for an one-on-one session, we orient them on the support systems available in the community to start with. For example, the community is full of support systems. For example, the transport system, or the police station, or a bank, or a post office, school education system, or the health system. Everything is a support system. Whereas we don't recognize it as a support system, we just take them for granted. When it comes to a person with disability, we think that it has to be an exclusive, it has to be very different, or a higher cadre support. No, if we can relate it with the existing support system, then we need not panic or need not get depressed. Whereas we advise them or suggest them to be innovative and come up with the support plan, with the support system, or think of support system that can suit themselves or their adult members with disabilities. So we also suggest them various options of support and encourage them not to stop with those options, but be innovative and think of more options, and then come up with a short-term support plan for the time being. We ask them to attempt activities such as leaving the adult with disability with a friend or a volunteer or a paid caregiver for some time, and gradually extend the duration, and eventually try to do that for a full day or a full night, where the family can stay away from their house for a day or night, and further improve this process. And we also facilitate the families to explore support buddies from voluntary networks or socialization activities. Disability legislation unit has been organizing different socialization activities for adults with disabilities for our alumni, and so kind of exploring buddies of the same age group, who can actually, who are willing to support them. And also from family get-togethers, we encourage families to have get-togethers, or take the adults with disability out, so that people can see them, and they can see the people in the society, and get along with each other, and then some relationship can evolve. And as well as we are also suggesting the families to engage with paid caregivers at an earlier stage itself, because it will be too late when we decide for a paid caregiver, and it should not be a double shock for a person with disability when the family is also no more, and suddenly a new person is introduced into his life. So we are also suggesting the families to try out paid caregivers in advance. And the TEDx is also facilitating buddy networks in few identified locations, where we managed to get support buddies from the same location. For example, the buddies can be for visiting the person with disability for a short duration, or can just come over for an hour and read a book, or can be movie buddies, or buddies for shopping, or just to take out for a walk and things like that. And the families are also advised to arrive at an alternate support arrangement for care in case of need or emergency. And parents are encouraged to let go, because parents or the families are overprotective, and they always are with the adults with disabilities, or they don't allow them to even talk, all the time restricting them, fearing that they might say something which the other person may not like, and all that. So we are just encouraging them, parents, to let go and let the adult explore. And this has happened in our project also. We have adults with disabilities where the adult with intellectual disabilities, they never communicate with their parents. Where one of a young man with a disability, he only communicates with his brother, that too through a mobile, through a device. And whereas he never goes out, he never likes to talk, never likes to be with anybody else. And when we invited him to Vidyasagar and in the supported decision making group, when he was invited, and we started discussing about our life matters, and treated him as an adult. Then he liked the environment. He was comfortable with us, and he started smiling, which was, though he didn't talk with us, his body gesture very much said that he liked to be part of our group and he wanted to be with us. So we can gradually evolve the support networks like that. And we are also suggesting the parents to move on to other segments, like to try out supported transport or leisure for their adults, or even a short stay in a model group home, and things like that. The final goal is to add an appropriate and customized support plan for each individual with disability. This support plan can also involve a trust deed for persons with disabilities, wherever the families have some property and money, and they want that to be managed. Before coming up with a trust deed, what we have to do is we should understand the preferences of the person with disability, and also figure out the support network, the support circle, so that all those can be explained to the lawyer who's drafting the trust deed. Otherwise, a lawyer can just mechanically do a trust deed without thinking about the preference of the person with disability. And so, these kind of aspects have been dealt in the in. And while looking at the support plan, the appropriate support plan, it should also be kept in mind that specific roles are assigned for members of the support circle, so that no one is overburdened, and everyone have different roles to play in the support group circle, and which includes monitoring mechanism also. And apart from the circle monitoring the safety and finances of the adult with disability, there should be an external safety mechanism also from the project or from an organization or from the government, so that it is all interwoven very well, and the safety and security and the independence of person with disability and the dignity of person with disability is established. Thank you.
Great, great, great. Thank you. Thank you for great. Yeah, Dr. Desai sir, you can unmute your mic.
Yes, sir. Very nice. Yeah. Thank you, Smita. That was great. Do we have?
Yeah, Umul is here. Umul, yeah. Umul, Umul. Which mobile? Which?
Smita has said about independent living and peer group of the concept of the legal guardianship.
Yes,
which
yes,
actually needed for our children. What I am telling everybody, during your lifetime, if the answer is you are searching what will happen to my child when I will know more, why not you appoint, being a live parents, you appoint someone else in your family or relatives or somebody else, you appoint during your lifetime somebody else, the guardian, and the officers. I am told in every seminar when I am doing that, please you understand also, even the parents are live, the other person can be appointed as a guardian with the consent of the parents, so that they may also live their life with full confidence and full peace of mind.
And Smita has, great.
Yeah. Actually, for Smita, we have. The guardian can be part of the support plan, the support network, whereas the guardian cannot be the sole support system, because the support is of various aspects. You see the 11 live domains, and whether the guardian be able to manage the finances or the problem solving. So we need real experts, and and expertise also comes when the person experiences or the person gets along with the adult with disability for quite some time. So one guardian given all the responsibilities will not be an ideal thing.
Yes, it is
Whereas
not ideal situation, because no one is perfect. One man cannot be perfect.
It becomes
One man cannot be perfect in all fields. So
absolutely.
he requires
That is why
support
we
as
have to
well.
have a group, a network. Yeah. We need a circle, support circle, so that all the aspects are covered.
Great. Poonam ma'am, Umul's, I'm not getting Umul's camera.
Umul, you have to unmute Umul.
Umul, which name she is? UMI.
Umul L. UMMUL.
Umul, no. UMMUL. Wait. Okay, Smita, we have one question for you that somebody has asked about where is the form you are talking about, where they can get the link of that form.
Okay, I can share the questionnaire. Yeah, I will just try to share it right away. Sorry.
We have made the form. Actually, it's still not on the internet. It's a form that is being. We are doing a kind of an action-based research. I'm trying to set up a trust-enabled decision-making with support systems. That's what it's called. And the form has been made, and Smita is working on it.
Yeah, Umul, you can unmute your mic or your own. Umul, you can unmute your mic now. Just you unmute your mic, Umul.
Just
yeah, came.
Yeah.
Good
evening all. Good evening all.
Good evening.
Umul, how are you?
Yeah, fine.
After long time, I'm hearing your voice. After long time, I'm hearing your voice, Umul. How are you?
Me too. Thank you.
Yes, very nice. Glad to meet you. Yeah, Umul. Now you are coming on the screen.
Yeah.
And also, as we said, we are on support system. Some point of life. So I at the unit, we have a program called Supported Decision Making, which started in 2016. When Vidyasagar started its youth program.
Your voice is just resonating. Maybe some two mics are open. Maybe your computer mic or something. Okay, you carry on. No issue. Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Shukla,
yes.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on.
At the Disability Legislation Unit, we have a program called Supported Decision Making, which started in 2016 when Vidyasagar started its youth program. In the youth program, an inclusive cafe was set up on Saturday evenings for people with disabilities and non-disabled people to hang out. The cafe starts at 5 p.m. Before that, we meet as a supported decision-making group. It is a cross-disability program for adults. We also have non-disabled friends and volunteers in the program. The major clubs like Dariam and another called Bhumi, Youth Indian Organization, who join us at the supported decision-making session. The experts go to make friends, develop relationship, mutual trust, how to give and take, and form a network of friends, from which each one of us can develop a support circle or circle of friends. Can you hear?
Yeah.
We are hearing, Umul. Carry on.
Yeah. We do these planning trips by collectively deciding where we should go or what should we do. So we plan together collectively. We have explored the outdoors with wildlife and adventures trips through Dariam to focus on how to develop support circle and evolving a strong support system of the network. We also orient volunteers on how to help and support on various requirements of a person with disabilities and encourage them not only but make strong, long-lasting friendship. Bhumi is a youth independent organization. They started partnership with Vidyasagar, where we celebrate all festival with friends circle to build up a trusting relationship. Even during this crucial period, we socialize virtually with all the members in a program called Let's Jam. I would like to share a few stories of people with intellectual disabilities. One of our friends, adult with intellectual disabilities, after joining SDM, supported decision making, our group, supported decision making group, he started asking questions about his earnings. He wanted to plan what to do with his money, with his mother. He also mingling. He started mingle with friends very well and laughs and tease like any of us. So I would like to share a few photos with you. Could you please?
Yeah. Please show. Nice.
This is the game of life. This is a game of life that web of connectivity. So we are all interrelated. We are all interdependent. So it brings a unity, this game. And all we went to National Guinea Park. We had a awesome experience. Everyone enjoyed with the friends. So all intellectual disabilities and they really enjoyed this with the friends. This with the help of volunteers, friends, they played a game, web of life. This is how we build up friendship and the surroundings, relationship.
Yes,
So
great.
Hey, Tumul, you are
Great. And so very great, very. Thank you, Umul. And we have the very good presentation. We have good case presentation. We can say we have seen that how this supported guardianship or supported support system is working, and we have a very good presentation from Vidyasagar. And now we'll talk to our audience. We have so many questions. I have seen it. I'll take one by one. We have that one question is, what is the age for legal guardianship?
18 plus.
Yeah, I have some very basic questions that I'll just take here. And then one question is whether disability certificate is required or not.
Yes.
For the legal guardianship. I think yes, it is required.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And for disability certificate, one question we have for the size also.
That is,
So how we'll get
आज के
the
सेशन में IQ टेस्टिंग में टाइम लगता है, ये बात नहीं कर सकते. ये बहुत बारी पहले बात कर चुके हैं.
And we have the questions from Divakar ji. He is, I think, Shukla ji, you have already given that about the movable and immovable property. It is there in question that what about the immovable properties of parents?
let me clear you what is immovable and movable. Movable properties are those, for example, NSCs है, FDs है, bank account है, these a car है, okay, Alok, these are all the movable. And immovable properties, as you know, that is the house है, इस तरह से these are called landed property है, they are called immovable property. And immovable property might be ancestral property. And movable property, of course, it can be also ancestral, just like pistol है, rifle है, कोई भी चीज जो ancestral उससे आ रही है वो भी. तो ये सारी चीजें ट्रांसफर होती है जो हिंदू अपने अपने लॉ के हिसाब से. नॉर्मली हमारे हिंदू लॉ में ये प्रॉपर्टी डाउन द लाइन शेयर्स में जाती है, और जो आप सेल्फ एक्वायर्ड करते हैं, प्रॉपर्टी सेल्फ अर्न करते हैं, उसको यू हैव गॉट राइट टू गिव एनीबॉडी.
Okay, and then another question is, sir, whether any what is your yardstick to judge that the disabled person is unable to make the decision and need guardianship?
आलोक
जी
मिस्टर राव और हम बात कर रहे थे, एक दो मुद्दे हैं जो अभी सवाल उठा है ना. जी. There is of course this overlap between National Trust Act 2000, especially for these 4 conditions, and the RPWD Act 2016. Okay, that will apply to all these 21 disabilities. Now, as Rao Sahab has told me, and I'm sure he'll explain more, the Law Ministry, Government of India's opinion seems to have been till now that both can coexist.
Yes.
Okay. The National Trust Act with provisions of RPWD, if you like, for those 4 conditions, but definitely for the other conditions, this will prevail. So I'm trying to address the issue that you raised. The RPWD 13(3) clearly talks about if there's a conflict of interest between guardian and the concerned person.
Yes, very true.
And then the concerned person's desire or will prevail. So if at all we want to use the positive aspects of RPWD 2016, ये प्रोविजन है कि अगर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है तो व्यक्ति विशेष की इच्छा या ख्वाहिश ज्यादा मायने रखेगी.
Great.
Guardian view takes secondary position.
Great.
Any more questions, Alok?
Yeah. We have that. This is
because we must provide time for Rao Sahab also.
Yeah. So that is Rao Sahab. We can carry forward from you only. You start, please.
Let me make 2 points before I request Rao Sahab.
Yes, sir.
See, one is, as we already said, currently it seems there are 2 provisions that one can use, and Rao Sahab will explain that what Law Ministry has said and what can happen in each state. But the way I am looking at it is this: जो डॉक्टर पूनम नटराजन ने बात उठाई थी ना अपने रिमार्क्स में, लीगल गार्डियनशिप एंड सपोर्टेड डिसीजन मेकिंग, they are different but overlapping concepts. Now, where do they meet? They meet more in the provision in the RPWD, which is about limited guardianship. See, the whole issue of supported decision making becomes much more relevant if you have a legal concept of limited guardianship.
Yes.
Yeah, very true.
If we follow the old concept of black or white, 0 or 100, then the issue of supported decision making, at least about legal issues, doesn't arise. About day-to-day living, as Shuklaji was saying, the provision of section 19 of UNCRPD moving towards independent living, surely the idea of supported living, as 2 friends from our friends in Chennai,
Vidyasagar.
But
legal
issues of property and assets arises only when there is a concept of limited guardianship. So Rao Sahab can explain more, Poonam ji can perhaps say, Shukla ji बताएं. मुझे ये लगता है कि कहीं हमें not only उन 17 conditions के लिए, इन 4 conditions के लिए भी relevant provisions RPWD के कहीं लागू करवाने होंगे.
Great, सही बोल रहे.
Limited guardianship का फंडा हमारे दिव्यांग जनों को और empower करता है individually.
Okay, sir. First of all, let me clear you intellectual disability and other disability. You have to understand it because you are Dr. Desai. Intellectual disability के बारे में तो अब आपसे ज़्यादा और कुछ बात समझ सकती है. तो we can understand कि physical disability है या कोई और disability है. blind है, कुछ भी है, they can manage everything with the support.
बिल्कुल।
But as far as intellectual disability is concerned, there is always worry of the parents as well as I think experts also. They always, because I am just telling you sir, राव साहब का ये जो डिसीजन था ये हम ही ने क्लैरिफिकेशन मांगा था और इसे हमने वेबसाइट में भी डाल रखा है, क्योंकि जैसे ही आरपीडब्ल्यूडी एक्ट आया हमारे नेशनल ट्रस्ट पे भारी जेपी गडकरी सब लोग ने मुझ पे इतना प्रेशर डाला कि अब तो आपका एक्ट रिपील अपने आप हो गया. देन वी टेकन द क्लैरिफिकेशन और आरपीडब्ल्यूडी एक्ट में अभी तक डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर को जो लिमिटेड गार्जियनशिप का कॉन्सेप्ट दिया गया है, दे आर नॉट एक्टिंग ऑन सर. लेट मी क्लियर यू.
यस.
और ऐसे समय में जो हमारा सबसे नीडी तबका था, ऑटिज्म, सेरेब्रल पॉल्सी, मेंटल रिटार्डेशन, मल्टीपल, जो सिस्टम पूरा बना हुआ था और चल रहा है ऑनलाइन सिस्टम में, तो मैंने हर जगह बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट में भी जब उन्होंने मुझे अपॉइंट किया था एज एन एक्सपर्ट, तो मैंने यही ओपिनियन दी थी और जो राव साहब से भी सपोर्ट हुआ मेरा, अपेंड किया राव साहब के ओपिनियन ने जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ लॉ से, कि दोनों चल सकते हैं, आप जो भी मोड आप अडॉप्ट कर लीजिए. जैसे मैं आपको एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ, सक्सेशन एक्ट में भी आपको मिलता है वो लेने का, और हाई कोर्ट में एक होता है एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर जनरल ऑफिस, वहां से भी आप वो जो उसकी ओनरशिप ऑफ राइटर ले सकते हैं. तो वंस यू चूज, इफ यू आर हैविंग दीज 4 डिसेबिलिटी अंडर द नेशनल ट्रस्ट एक्ट, then you should proceed on that. But once you have chosen under the RPWD Act, you have got the there also. But once this is the first system where you are choosing, I think at present in both where the powers has been given to the executives, but national trust, because it is well established, if for possibilities, I think this way to go, that is very good. And here they can mention also, you see, legal guardian in India, what Poonam madam was telling, and what I am also telling in every seminar to my parents, everyone, please, if you are 50 plus or more than that, you need support. Your ward, who is become, as soon as he become aged, he will become more bulky, he will, you cannot manage. And one thing sir, I think Dr. Saab, you केयर टेकर भी है, और वो आपकी अच्छी अंडरस्टैंडिंग कर रखा है. जैसे अगर हमारे पुराने इतिहासकार में आप देखिए तो धाय माँ या ये, दे वर लुकिंग आफ्टर ऑल दोस थिंग्स. सनी की जो माँ जन्म देने वाली थी वही सब कुछ करती थी.
शुक्ला जी
सर
बात सही है. मैं सिर्फ ये अर्ज कर रहा हूँ कि आरपीडब्ल्यूडी के लिमिटेड गार्डियनशिप का जो प्रोग्रेसिव प्रोविजन है ना, वो इवन इंटेलेक्चुअल इंपेयरमेंट में इस्तेमाल किया जाए तो जेन्युइनली एम्पावरमेंट होगी दिव्यांग जनों की. आई एम श्योर यू डिड नॉट मीन, बट मैं जैसे शुरू में कहा, मैं खुद सीखा हूँ मेडिकल डॉक्टर होके पिछले 20 साल में सिर्फ, कि भैया माइल्ड या मॉडरेट इंपेयरमेंट नीड नॉट बी ब्लैक और व्हाइट. You see, I always say that I have learned this in last 15 or 20 years, that even with intellectual impairment or autism spectrum or dyslexia, there is always the possibility of empowering person for decision making. और वो आएगा लिमिटेड गार्डियनशिप से, क्योंकि फिर कानून उस व्यक्ति को अधिकार देता है कि इवन गार्डियन से डिफर कर सकता है. ये मुद्दा था. क्यों केरियस?
राव
साहब एक चीज देखें सर, देसाई साहब, इवन गार्जियन, व्हाट समबडी टेल्ड अर्लियर, इवन गार्जियन इज अ वन पर्सन, मे बी पेरेंट, मे बी, and one person, let me tell you frankly, he cannot be complete. Only Lord Krishna is complete in this world. Nobody. Support, even that guardian is also required. You see, even he is a sincere guardian, everything, but for investment, but for medical treatment, for that he is bound to take supported decisions, sir. You mention, you may not mention, but he is bound to, this concept has to prevail there.
Yeah.
So I endorse your view, sir. I am agreeing with you. I endorse
Rao sir. Yeah.
Sir.
So thank you very much. First of all, I should thank Manovikas for taking up this important topic, and I'll thank my dear friend Dr. Nimish Desai. He is not only a medical doctor, but on top of it an administrator, and top of it a lawyer. So I cannot, but I cannot, I have to agree with whatever he has said, because can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, please,
yes,
please.
sir. We are hearing you, sir.
His point is very well taken. I would support his point on two grounds. One, the National Trust was enacted in 1999, and RPWD Act is 2016. So it is now law of the land, which is the latest, and which is also in consonance with the UN Convention with the country as signed. So therefore, whatever provisions, the better provisions are there in the RPWD Act, it is our duty to implement them. Therefore, the National Trust can have some kind of procedural guidelines for the local level committees to follow it. They can have certain guidelines where they can take consent of the person with disability. It is not in conflict with any law. In fact, it will be more in support of this RPWD Act. So that can be done by the National Trust. A second thing regarding the JNK, how it can be made applicable. In fact, the MHA has prepared a list of several laws, such laws, which were not applicable to JNK. They're compiling them, and probably with just one law, with Law Ministry will bring in a bill, one bill, common bill for all those laws. By that, they will make all these laws applicable in JNK and also in Ladakh, because now they have become union territories. So that is the clarification regarding JNK. And as Dr. Desai rightly said, the whatever changes we make, especially relating to consent and limited guardianship, will definitely empower the persons with disabilities. We should never think that they need our full support and there's no need to consult them. It is not that. They have our mindset has to change. Earlier, in our school days, the parents used to decide into which stream we have to go, the history or science stream. So now they have to consult the children. Similarly, we have to concern with the person with disabilities. Many of them are very superior in their knowledge, like autistic child. They are intellectually even sometimes brighter than the normal, the non-disabled children. So therefore, we have to make it more progressive, and there is a scope for having some kind of guidelines to guide the local level. Also imposing certain responsibilities on the guardians. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
पूनम जी से मैं सच में चाहूंगा सलाह कि थोड़ा सा ये भी क्लियर कर दे, जैसे शुक्ला जी बार बार कह रहे हैं और मैं कुछ सहमत हूं, गार्डियनशिप इज एन इश्यू ऑफ फाइनेंशियल प्रॉपर्टी मैटर्स, लेकिन दिव्यांग जन के लाइफ में बहुत सारे और मुद्दे होते हैं जिनमें डिसीजन मेकिंग होती है. As of now, both the laws talk about basically property and financial matters, but supported living is in 10 possible areas. So besides the idea of supported decision making for legal purposes, should we not encourage broad-based, at least in programs, जैसे हमारे साथियों ने बताया, दोनों ने, उमुल ने और स्मिता ने, broad-based application of supported living, supported decision making and limited guardianship is only a part of that larger concept of supported living. Poonam, Shukla ji, Alok?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
Poonam ma'am. Yeah.
National Trust is an act of independent living. Legal guardianship is there, but we also have to find an answer for what happens to the person with disability once the family has diminished.
Oh, sure.
When the parents are no more, they grow too old, or they are ill, then who is going to support? Even now in the coronavirus time, people are talking about what happens when the carer gets ill. So who's going to support the person with disability? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, very much.
So basically, you see, one is the legal thing of legal guardianship, and there's certainly a contradiction between the RPWD and the plenary legal guardianship of National Trust and the limited guardianship of RPWD, and that has to be resolved. But what I'm saying is, if you're talking about living on the ground in terms of living independently in the community and not getting stuck in institutions? What are the support systems we can develop in the community so that when the family diminishes, when the parents are gone, people with disabilities of 35, 40, 45, 50 years old, how do they live their lives? That's the question National Trust has to address as far as I have to.
Ma'am, this
Yes.
question you in the last seminar when I met here, so although I was late, but this question you asked and you said you enjoy your life, let the when the illness Corona comes, let the Dr. Desai will decide.
Yes, of course, the doctor will decide on.
But anyway, ma'am, I got this answer, especially in Tamil Nadu, sir. Because nowadays, ma'am, I told you, Rao Sahab, I am reviewing every state. So in the just two days back, I reviewed the state of Tamil Nadu. I think Mr. No Money is with me here. So Mr. Varghese is a commissioner of disability nowadays in Chennai. Mr. Varghese, an IS officer. I put the same question, ma'am, because so many people are asking me nowadays कि सर हमारे माँ बेटे ही हैं या इस तरह से हैं, अगर माँ को कुछ हो गया कि बच्चे को who will take care? Where he is? The same question I asked Mr. Varghese actually, because I told him that Tamil Nadu and Kerala, they are the very progressive state and ministry से तो अभी कोई guidelines आई नहीं है सिवा कि मनरेगा में आपने जॉब कार्ड दिला दिया उस पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी को, लेकिन ऐसी सिचुएशन में तो डॉक्टर देसाई साहब ने या मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ ने कुछ अभी तक कहा नहीं. So then he told me, sir, they are developing thinking in such cases they are making a medical college or medical arrangement where these issues in such time be addressed by that medical mobile van etc. and these issues will be addressed.
शुक्ला जी,
सर
आपका प्यार है, आपका प्यार है, लेकिन मैं इसका सॉल्यूशन नहीं हूँ. इसका सॉल्यूशन है जो आपने खुद कहा था पहले. आपने जो 2-3 बार कहा ना कि आप अभिभावकों को हमेशा सलाह देते हैं कि आप भाई 50-52 की उम्र के हो तो गार्डियनशिप लागू कर रहा है. लीगली सॉल्यूशन वो है. प्रोग्राम लेवल पे जो पूनम जी कह रही है वो बिल्कुल है, हम सबकी पीड़ा है. हम सब जो इस फील्ड में डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली इन्वॉल्व हैं कि लीगल प्रोविजन तो फिर भी आपकी सलाह अगर लोग मानेंगे तो कुछ हो जाएगा. स्टेट कमिश्नर्स के थ्रू करना चाहिए, लेकिन ग्राउंड लेवल पे सपोर्टेड लिविंग के प्रोग्राम्स हो और स्पेशली आफ्टर दी पेरेंट्स आर नो मोर, उन बच्चों का, उन एडल्ट्स का क्या हो. मैं पूनम जी से बिल्कुल एग्री करता हूँ. आई गेस Poonam, really it will have to be through disability commissioners and their activism as well as Mr. Rao's department, is it not? I agree with you, there is a need. What do you say?
Poonam ma'am, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Okay, so great.
I must say, Mr. Varghese is a really dynamic disability commissioner we have here, and they are looking for solution. But it's a community question, Nimish. It's not just a question of what the commissioner or the legal commissioner can do. It's a question of what the community can do, what families can do, what people on the ground can do to support each other. That's also one question. And so support circles at the moment, or supported decision making, has got to be a way of life. In fact, the thing is to start early. What Smita told you has been a very difficult experience, because when we start talking to young adults with disabilities, we find that their support circles are so limited. They've never made a decision in their life.
Yes.
And that is why the way we bring up our children with special needs, we overprotect them. We don't let them actually go out there and be included and make mistakes, make decisions, make choices, and have some autonomy. And that is why people with disabilities are so lost. When the support system of the parents go away, they don't know what to do. So it's very, very important that we allow them some, let them be like other children, go out there, meet people, and how to develop a relationship, how to develop trust is also part of bringing up our kids. And
I agree. आपको और शुक्ला जी को मैं ये शेयर करना चाहूंगा, बाकी सबसे भी, कि साइकेट्री में जो हम लोग एटलीस्ट थोड़े सोशली इन्वॉल्व कॉन्शियस मेंटल प्रोफेशनल्स हैं, वी हैव ऑलवेज हैड दिस इशू फ्रॉम द केयरर्स, व्हाट आफ्टर मी, you know.
So that's the question. Well, at the moment, that's the question I'm trying to answer through
totally.
this.
I agree. And the variety of residential and non-residential facilities, legal activism, community support systems, and the preparedness of the parents to train children to get used to supported decision making. That's the set of answers, is it not?
Yes, sure.
I would like to give one last comment.
Alok?
Yeah, please. One last comment somebody is giving, please.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I would, actually the idea is to move from institutionalization to community living, as we have been discussing here. And so
can you identify your?
Smita.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we have to move obviously from guardianship to limited guardianship and then to support circles ideally, because even section 14 of RPDA Act, RPDA 2016 says that the person should be provided adequate and appropriate support, and despite giving all the support required, if the person is not able to come up with his decisions, then go for a guardian. So initiate right away, we should not go for guardianship, but we have to look at all the support structures possible. And in case finally we have to go for a guardian, then again the guardian should be part of the support network, so that the ideal thing is we are moving into community living, and the support system should be from the community and not from an institution. And the movement from dependent living to interdependent living, or from a mechanical living to towards exploring best possibilities and towards a proactive living where we can make our own choices and be able to communicate, and we are treated as adults and not as infants, and treated with dignity. So if you look at all these holistic aspects, then the support circle is the answer, and not really guardianship or even limited guardianship.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
So thank you everyone. Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you, Smita. I think she's said it very well, because I think it's very progressive. It's a step by moving forward. But people have to first break the attitudinal barrier about IQ and capacity. It's all about capability development for people with disabilities. How can we build capacity on to make decisions for your life, to grow up with being a person, a total full person, without everybody else so always protecting you.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
I would like to say something.
Yeah, please identify yourself. Yeah, Umul. Yeah, Umul, please come.
Yeah. Even person with disability should be given opportunity. They should mingle with even their siblings and neighborhood with the friends. So that like I have an experience, even non-disabled boy who was very protected. Even non-disabled boy, it was my experience I'm sharing with you. And the sibling was a person with disability. His sibling. So he has so much protected that parents got scared that he should not get spoiled. Even non-disabled children also. They are so protected. They have to, like, everyone should given the opportunity, chance to mingle with each other.
Great.
With the same age. Even they can make a mistake. It's okay.
Totally. Yes.
Great. So we will take one question. If anyone has any question, one question, please.
Sir, Ashok here.
Yes.
Yeah, Ashok, please, Ashok.
I just joined late little because I was not allowed to join because of there are more members. I need a recording. And second thing,
we will provide you.
And what question is, what is limited guardianship? Somebody's talking about.
Yeah, limited guardianship.
Recording.
Yeah, anybody can answer. Yeah, please, ma'am.
Please, Poonam.
Yeah.
So one second, I need unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you from different camera. You can talk.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there are two things: plenary guardianship, which is a total guardianship for all areas, all domains for the person with disability. While in limited guardianship, at the local level committee, you will decide. Actually, National Trust Act provides for limited guardianship by saying you can choose body or property. If you want that only the person's property is safeguarded through a legal guardian, then just that will be taken care of. If the person is not able to handle their property or their money, both movable and immovable. But if you say physically, fully, you are in charge of this person with disability, that is a plenary guardianship. In the RPWD, we are saying limited guardianship to one aspect of a person's life if necessary. Guardianship has never been mandatory. But just like the Aadhaar card, it has become mandatory because of the a need for the bank account, because of the need for the pension. Now, pensions are not being given unless you have your legal guardianship, which I was a little shocked in Tamil Nadu. So the basic, that is why it's become but it's still an issue which is very contradictory in the sense of we're trying to build people's to have some amount of capability. We're trying to build autonomy, self-determination. We're trying to say that people with disabilities, if they are given opportunities, can actually make many choices of their own life. And we don't want people to be stuck living in institutions.
Very
but
good.
we are still stuck with legal guardianship. So we have to understand this. It's a very difficult and it's something that has to be debated, and it's a progressive issue. We hope in the next few years or the next decade, really this progresses for people with disabilities to be believed and accepted as citizens and people of their own and have full legal capacity. That's what we hope that happens in the years to come.
See, what 14.1 provides, as Poonam said, is a very progressive thing that we as society and we as legal systems will have to learn to apply. One is about time. Second, it clearly says the legal entity will determine the nature and manner of support to be provided. So as of now, it's going to be difficult to understand or even operationalize. But it's a very progressive thing, especially in view of supported living or assisted living idea. And so somewhere we'll all have to learn to implement it properly.
Yes. Like Nimish, there was a question on property. Actually, a person with disability has a right to property, and you have to register that with the local level committee when you get a legal guardian. And that is the main reason why. But most of the people who take a guardianship don't want to talk about their property.
Right.
We had a major issue among families.
Yeah, I get that.
As a legal guardian, is it why should we put our property? They don't want to register it.
I see what you mean. Yeah, so there's a bit of a
register it, the local level committee can safeguard that it goes to the person with disability, their share of the property. But it's never registered by parents. I don't think So that's one big issue actually.
Sure.
What I told you, by declaration of your immovable or movable property by the parents, it doesn't mean that this is a misconception that once you declare, it means it will be the local level committee become owner or something like that. It's a third party protection, you can say. Let me clear in that way. So at least if you will inform, that is the thing. And moreover, in the state laws under the if they can also make like Kerala, like other states, they made this even the mutation process of the sub-registrar office, they take an undertaking for every transaction that please declare whether any person with disability share is in this sale or not. Such kind of undertaking can also be, but it's a long way. Madam, we are fighting every time, and parents should also think about, you identify, sir, let me here clarify one thing. a parent, he is having with two children, one is person with disability, one is non-person with disability. He takes loan, everything. For that person, make MBA 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 80 lakhs. But for this person with disability, he doesn't want to I magnify any certain amount. Why you are not allowing this person with disability to live with dignity? Even after his death, his same brother, if giving the bread and butter, if the property is with his name, then he can take his bread and butter with full dignity, because his brother or his guardian or anybody else will not give him tumhe daan ka de rahe. And after his death, that property will go to the family. That's why I am telling everybody, please demarcate your property in the name of person with disability during your lifetime. And जब तक वो जिएगा तब तक शान से तो जिएगा. अगर जिसके पास है प्रॉपर्टी, नहीं है तो कोई बात नहीं. लेकिन जिसके पास है, at least they can do. They should do it. It's my humble request. And
1 minute, can I just, Mr. Shukla, 1 minute.
Yeah.
There was a question about, can the legal guardian then claim the property of the person with disability? This has been a very common question.
No, legal
No, they cannot.
No, not at all.
They have to look after it.
Yeah.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
They
Please.
have to look after the property for the person with disability. The property goes back to the siblings.
Family.
The legal guardian does not get the
Yes,
property.
legal guardian is simply, you can say, caretaker, and whatever he does with the property, he has to inform to the local level committee everywhere if he is doing something. Legal guardian can never be in that capacity as a legal guardian.
Okay, so great. Okay, so now we'll go end of the session. We'll go to Dr. Desai.
Alok, 1 minute. Once Jaswinder was telling from Noida that they don't have local level committee. Noida में है, district collector उसके chairperson है, और भगवती चड्डा उसकी NGO. उन्हें फिर भी कोई जरूरत हो तो मेरा मोबाइल नंबर दे देना.
Very good.
They can talk.
Okay, so I'll go in the final remarks by Dr. Desai sir and Rao sir.
Nothing but to say big thank you to Umul, Smita, Shukla ji, Dr. Poonam, and our special guest, surprise guest for today, KVS Rao. Thank you so much, all 5 of you, on behalf of Manovikas, on my individual part. Certainly, it's been a great learning session. And Alok, thank you for arranging it.